And as we bounce back live on Cheddar News, everyone, I'm Baker Machado. And earlier this week, New York and California said goodbye to most of their COVID restrictions, and they fully reopened. And with this good news, our favorite places and events reopened in spades as well. And our next guest couldn't be more eager about this. I was joined by comedian and actor Billy Eichner, all to discuss his post-pandemic plans. And yes, we even talked The Bachelor. Take a look.
Oh, I mean, I'm as excited as anyone to get back to normal, desperate to get back to normal and see people. That said, I'm as socially awkward as anyone, even under normal circumstances pre-COVID. So I would say that, everyone should pace themselves, because there's going to be this need to run around and do everything and go everywhere you're invited to and see everyone immediately. I can already feel my own FOMO developing every weekend about all the things that you want to do. But you have to remember, you don't have to do everything immediately. So I would say get out there, have fun, pace yourself. And that's part of the reason I joined this campaign, because it's all about, getting back into real life again and having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Baby steps. So true. So let's talk about this partnership you've got with Neon Zebra, really kind of helping us ease back into a normal life again. Tell us about this partnership and what's your favorite go-to cocktail recipe here?
Oh boy, well the partnership started because, I don't do a ton of partnerships like this. I honestly just don't do a ton of branded things like this because you always have to fake it. But this campaign was something I didn't have to fake because it's all about getting back into the real world and doing things that I've been dying to do, like see my friends and have fun. So Neon Zebra, they're these non-alcoholic cocktail mixers, and you mix them with your favorite alcohol. And there's a bunch of different flavors. My personal favorite is the margarita. I love a margarita over the summer. Simple, fun, refreshing. Although in my old age, I also enjoy a whiskey from time to time. But everyone should drink responsibly, of course.
Yes, who doesn't love an old whiskey? It's so funny, Billy. During the pandemic, I watched so much old clips of Billy on the Street and old episodes. And honestly, I really feel like in many times when I was really sad, it really made me feel really happy. But I always kept thinking, how would Billy Eichner and Billy on the Street change maybe in a post-pandemic world? Could you even do that show now?
Well, first of all, thank you. And that really touches me. I was, at the beginning of quarantine, especially those first few months and last summer, I was getting so many messages on social media and people watching Billy on the Street clips and watching on Netflix and watching on TikTok now. I'm not even on TikTok, but it was just fans of the show posting clips, and it seemed to have this resurgency, which made me very happy, and I was really very touched. So thank you. In terms of doing it now, I don't do it as much anymore. Billy on the Street, Billy on the Street. Billy Eichner is doing a bunch of other things. But maybe one day people love it. I love it. I love how much people love it. It makes people happy. I want to give New Yorkers some time to get back to real life. That city's been hit very hard and is now reemerging with more energy than I've ever seen it before. I want people to be able to walk down the street without getting shouted at me, at least for a little while, without getting shouted at by me, I should say, at least for a little while. But we'll see. Down the road, we'll see how it goes. Yes. Maybe one day.
Social distancing does not do well with something like a man on the street kind of show like that. Billy, by the other...
and I kept thinking, I kept seeing people trying to do it, and I just thought, why are you doing this right now?
Yes,
we can all take a break from man on the street, unless you're a real journalist or something.
Please move away from these people, please, while wearing a mask. The other show, Billy, that really saved me was The Bachelor. I know you're a huge Bachelor fan as well. What are your thoughts of David Spade hosting Bachelor in Paradise? Would you ever want to co-host Bachelor in Paradise, since now they're having celebs on it?
No, I don't really watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette and all those shows. I ended up having what sort of randomly became a big moment on The Bachelor when Colton Underwood was The Bachelor, because we were joking around about him being gay, and I'm gay, and I was joking with him about being gay when he was on the show, and then it turned out he was gay, which we didn't know at the time. So that became a very viral moment. But no, to each their own. I'm not a Bachelor person. I don't really have interest in hosting that, but I know a lot of people love it. My dad loved The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. my assistant, my manager, everyone around me loves it. So,
Well,
I'm glad people enjoy it.
what was your reaction, Billy, when that clip of you was going viral when the Colton came out? What was your reaction when you were basically part of the story here?
Yeah, I was as shocked as anyone. Wasn't the first coming out I've been involved in. I'm just kidding. But I was as shocked as anyone. I did not, had I really thought he was gay, I would have never in a million years, as a gay person who's very sensitive to that, would have ever put him on the spot like that on television. But he was very open about being straight and a virgin. He was laughing and having a good time. And we were just in the moment laughing with each other and joking around. And then it turned out he was gay. And look, I'm happy for him. Colton and I have very different stories when it comes to coming out. I've been out my whole career, my whole life from the beginning, before people knew who I was. My earliest days of being a struggling actor, comedian in New York, I was very open about it. That's just what worked and made sense for me. And he's on his own journey, and I'm glad he's out. And I think everyone who wants to come out should come out. It makes you a happier, healthier person.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations, of course, to him and to you as well. I'm in the same boat with you. I've been gay since literally I came out of my mother that moment. I want to talk.
Yeah.
I want to talk about really, while I have you, some of the acting things you got going on. I mean, the new American Crime Story series is going to be so good. Talking about the Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky scandal. You're playing Matt Drudge in all of this. How did you sort of prepare for this? Did you just read the Drudge Report for a long time just to get into Matt Drudge's head?
Well, I was someone who read the Drudge Report religiously in those early years, and in the early aughts when the Drudge Report was something everyone was running home to read. Before I knew much about his own personality and his own, private politics, which now I know more about and which do not overlap with mine most of the time. But yeah, I used to religiously read it. I don't read it as much anymore. But you can't deny the fact that Matt Drudge was really the first internet-born, self-made internet megastar, and that's really fascinating. And he broke the story about Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton while Newsweek was still sitting on it, wondering if they should publish it. And I'm very excited to be part of Crime Story. Matt Drudge is a bit of an enigma, a really unusual person that's hard to pin down. He's very reclusive, especially in these last few years. I did as much research as I could. I read as much as I could. I watched everything that I could. But I'm very excited for people to see the series. And what's really exciting is that Monica Lewinsky is a producer on it too, along with Ryan Murphy and many other people. So it's really getting to revisit that story through a very different prism than the way we heard it the first time around. And I think that's important.
All right. That was a great comedian and actor, Billy Eichner. Of course, we thank him for joining us here on Cheddar News.